Hi guys, this is Antoinette coming to you from Creations PS91. I'm coming to you guys today with another tutorial. And in the tutorial, you guys, we are making crochet pumpkins. And this is inspired by the Annie's Hook and Needle Kit Club. I saw the pattern and I was like, I'm going to make this and I'm going to show the guys how to do it. So if you like the video, give me a big thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing on my channel, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell symbol so you will not miss anything that I am doing on this channel. Alright you guys, let's jump right into that tutorial. Alright you guys, these are the supplies that we're going to need to make our pumpkins. We are going to need a stitch marker, a tapestry needle, a hook, which is a 5.5, our yarn, and our stuffing. Alright, let's jump right into the tutorial. Alright you guys, we are going to chain 15. Let me do my slip knot. I have my slip knot going. There we go. And so we're going to chain 15. And if you guys happen to hear noise in the back, yeah, it's cars racing down my street. So we are going to chain 15. So 1, 2, 3, some more yarn, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So here's the 15, you guys. I hope I'm still in frame. It's always harder to crochet on camera. So we have our 15 chains. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, which is right here. So we're going to slip stitch. There we go. Now we're going to slip stitch in the next chain. Slip stitch, oh, not, I'm sorry, slip stitch. Now we're going to do we're going to do 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we are going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and take it all the way through, and that's your half double crochet. Okay, so now in the next 2 stitches we are going to put a double crochet. So a double crochet in this stitch right here and a double crochet in that stitch right there. So double crochets, one and 2. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. So half double crochet in the next stitch. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do our 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And now our last 2 stitches we're going to slip stitch. So I'm going to slip stitch Sorry, there we go. Slip stitch. There we go. All right. So it's kind of like a heel. We like going up and then we coming back down. Okay. So let's do that again. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. Now what we're going to do, we are going to work in the back loops. From this stage on, you are working in the back loop only. Okay. So our back loops, if you don't know what that is, the back loops are right here. Let me get my needle so I can show you guys. So the back loop is right here. This is the back loop of your work. Okay, going all the way down, this is the back loop. So these are the loops that we're going to be working into. There's one thing you have to be careful, because this has happened to me as I was making this. I basically skipped this one right here and went into the other one, and it was all off, and I was like, wait a minute, something ain't right. So we just got to be careful to always be mindful of that one right there, because this is our chain 1 right here, and then this is the next, this is the slip stitch. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we want to do the same motions that we just did, but we want to just do it in the back loops. So this one right here, we want to, yep, and this is working, and this is working in the back loop, guys. You're going to struggle a little bit. There we go. So we're just going to take it and we're going to slip stitch it. That's one slip stitch. And so now we want to come, this one is a little bit more simpler. This is our second one, which is right here. This is the second one. Okay, that's the next slip stitch, just right there. Oh my word, come on, get in there. Okay, that's our next slip stitch. And so now we did our 2 slip stitches, so now we want to do our 3 single crochets. Remember, 1, 2, 3. That's next. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets. Okay, and so the next, in the next stitch, we're going to put our, get some more yarn here. We're going to do our half double crochets. Yarn over and bring up a loop and go all the way through. That's a half double crochet. And we're doing this in the back loop. So now our half double, so now we want to do our 2 double crochets. Yarn over, we got 1 double crochet, we got another double crochet. And so now we want to do, in the next stitch, we want to put our half double crochet. Yarn over and bring it all the way through. Okay, and so now we're going back down the mountain and we're going to do our 3 single crochets in the back loop. 1, 2, and get in there, and 3. We did it. Okay, so we have our next 2 stitches, which is, let me magnify for you guys, which is right here, right there. So that's the next 2 slip stitches. Okay, our next 2, and these slip stitches, I tell you, they be hiding out, but we gonna get them. It's gonna there's 1 slip stitch and then 1 more, which is right there, and there we go. And there we go, guys. And so that's what we do. I'm gonna do it again with you guys. So we're gonna go chain 1. Let me get some more yarn. We're gonna chain 1, turn our work. And so now we are going to look for those beautiful slip stitches. Remember this right here. This is the chain. This is the back loop right here. Okay. So we want a back loop in there. Get in there. There we go. And we want to just do our slip stitch. And now another slip stitch in the next stitch, which is right there. Now we want to do our 3 single crochets. 1, 2, let me get some more yarn, 2, and then 3. And so now we want to do our half double crochet. And now we want to do our 2 double crochets. Yarn over. And we're doing this all in the back loop. And then we want to do our half double crochet. Okay. Okay, so we're going back down the mountain. And we're going to do our 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then our next is our 2 slip stitches, which is right here. 1 and 2. Okay. So let's grab those slip stitches because they kind of hard-headed. And the last slip stitch, I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm serious, they're kind of hard-headed. Okay, I'm gonna get it though. Did I get it? Got it. And there we have it. And there we have it. And you can actually see the shape of this is going, when I was talking about the mountain, you're going up the mountain and then down the mountain. The only difference, you know, what's making this wide is these double crochets right here. So the 2 halves on each side of the double. And then we're just going to work it out like that. Okay? Okay, so you're going to continue to work this from row 2 all the way to row 36. And then when you get to your row 36, then I'll show you what we're going to go ahead and do. And I'll meet you back here. Alright, you guys. As you can see, I didn't do the whole 36 rows. I just did some to show you what your work will look like, which will be, of course, all the way down here. But so this is what it's going to look like. So after you get, you know, you got to your 36 rows. Now we're going to bring this on. We're going to fold this up. And the cool thing about this is, guys, you can pick what side you want. That's what I was doing. I know they might look the same, but to me, they don't. But you can pick your side. It doesn't matter. But I picked my side. So we still have our loop up here. And so now we're going to bring them together. And you can do this 2 ways. You can, you know, cut your threads, your yarn, and take your tapestry needle and close it up. Or you could actually just crochet straight down, which I'm going to do. Okay, and so I'm going to take this and show you guys what to do after you have done your 36 rows. So we just basically want to close this up, okay? And so there's no right or wrong way of closing this up. As you can see, there's, yeah, you could just close it up. If you want to see the ridges like these are right here, you know, like you have on the side here, then you could don't go under the 2 V's. If you go under the 2 V's like this, then you won't see the actual ridges. It will just be closed in. Let me show you. I did one of my pumpkins like that. So it would actually looks more like this if you decide to just go under the V's. Okay, which is not bad at all. I mean, you can't, you know, really tell, but that's what it would look like. And so I'm actually going to close this up by going into the back loops. And so I want to close that up, and here we go. And so we have it where I usually do on this side, I usually do the front bar, the bar that's facing towards me. And then on this side, I usually do the bar, the V bar that's right here. So on this side that's facing me, I do the back one towards me. And then this one I do in the front of the V. Hope that makes sense to you guys, but I'll show you. So let's move this out, that tail out the way. So I like to grab this V right here and then put it into this one right here. And then I just slip stitch. The reason why I'm slip stitching is because I don't want height on it for mine. So I'll go into this bar right here and then to this one right here and then slip stitch. Okay, and you could kind of see that there's no bar right now because I don't want a bar. So right here, if you want a bar, you're going to slip stitch in the back loop of this one facing towards you. Okay, so you want to slip stitch in the back because here is the bar, the other V that's going to protrude out to make your ridge. Okay, and so I'm going to just close that up like this, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just slip stitching, you know, using variety because I'm doing, there we go, slip stitch. Okay, a slip stitch all the way down. Okay guys, so I'm going to finish slip stitching, closing this up, and I will meet you guys back here. Okay. All right, you guys, so mine is all closed up. Closed it up. There she is. She's also closed. Okay, so now we still have our loop right here up top. So now I wanted to show you guys what I did. The pattern states for something else, but it was like, yeah, it was just not, it was too complicated. Not for me, but yeah, it was just not, I thought it was too complicated. And I knew it could be easier. Okay, so do you guys, on each of the rows, you have an eyelet that's right here. So here's an eyelet, there's one, and as you go around, you see these eyelets. I'm calling them eyelets. Hope you can see that. So right here and right here, you can see those. So what I've done is I've slip stitched in each one of those eyelets. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's slip stitch. We closed it up. Let me chain one. And so I'm just gonna slip stitch all the way around into the eyelets. Okay, so there's one right there, and just slip stitch. And as you see, you're making your chain. There's one right there, and then just slip stitch all the way around. There it is, all the way around. And there we go, all the way around. There we go. We're almost there. Almost there, guys. I had such a good time working this up, guys. Okay, so we are here. Okay, so we're here. Okay, and so you want to put your, because you want to do a slip stitch, so you want to, the slip stitch where you started, you want to go ahead and put your hook in there, and you want to slip stitch, and then chain one. Okay, so from this point, guys, all we're going to do is decrease. Okay, and if you don't know how to decrease, I'm going to show you. And what it's going to do is going to close up this hole right here. Okay, and so we'll just continue to decrease until the hole is closed. I am going to do this on camera because this is just, it's going to happen real fast. It's going to close up, and then that's it, and then we just tie off, and then that's like super easy. And you still get it where your, let me bring in a pumpkin. You still get it where it is flat. You see how flat it is? It's still flat and everything, and that was one of the things I love. In the pattern, they do have the picture where it is like this and it's flat, and I was like, it has to be a better way, because yeah, they had too many things you had to do in this little space, and I was like, no, we can do this just like this. So here we are. So we're gonna decrease. Okay, so excuse me. So we're gonna take our hook, and we're gonna go into our first chain. Okay, so here you want to go through both of your V's. Okay, so both of your loops, we got that one and that one. Okay, bring up a loop. Okay, keep it on your hook, and then you want to go through it again on the next one and bring up a loop, and then you just want to yarn over and take it all the way through. And that's a decrease, guys. That's what we're going to do all the way around. Okay, go through one, keep it on your hook, the next one, keep it on your hook, 3 loops on your hook, and yarn over. And there we go. And take it all the way around. Take your time. And yeah, you just do this 1, and then 2, and then close it up. Go all the way through. And as you guys can see, it's starting to close up, and you're starting to get that that flatness that you want when it comes to your piece. I didn't want to take it out, or draw the string around, because some of these, I've seen these pumpkins made before, and some people are just taking a string through each of the loops and then drawing it up, and so you have like this perk part which I didn't too much care for. And I was thinking when I saw the pattern, because I read through all of the patterns before I make them, which is very, if you are doing patterns, then that's what you should do, because you get a knowledge about it. And so I just thought, yeah, a decrease would be perfect for this top part and the bottom part after you stuff it. So let's just continue to keep going around. I know I was rambling there a little bit. There we go. And then, yeah. And it's closing up, guys. It's closing up. And so just take your time and close it up. And you see how this circle is getting smaller and smaller. Yes. There we go. Next one. Get in there. 3 on it, and then just close it up. And it's getting smaller and smaller. There we go. 1. There we go. Smaller and smaller. And as it gets smaller and smaller, guys, just pick, you know, because it's lacy. And then you can just stick your hook in there, get those 3, and close it up. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to stop right here. All right. And so as you can see, it is closed. It's all closed up, right? All you need to do is clip your thread, make your knot, and you are good to go and weaving this in. Okay. Then you turn it over and you start stuffing your pumpkin. Or you can leave it like that until we make the stem. So that's what's up next, and I'll see you guys back in a few minutes with the supplies for the stem. All right, you guys, let's start our stem here. So what we're going to do, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Getting my yarn and stuff. Okay, so chain 3, and then we're going to place our hook in the first chain, just right there. Bring up a loop, and then we want to yarn over and bring it through. Okay, and then we want to chain 1. Okay. So now what you see before you is this little bitty ring that we have, but we have 3 stitches going around. So we're going to work in the round, and we are going to work in the back loop of each one of those chains we made, which was 3. So we want to put a single crochet in each one of those. Okay, so our first one is right here. So 1, and the stitch marker is perfect for this. This is why I asked you guys to get it. So when you make your first one, you know, so you won't, you know, if you are like me and you really don't need it, you know where your first one would be, then that's fine. You don't have to use it. But stitch markers are great for working in a round. To mark where you want to put your when you come back. So that's perfect for that. Okay, so our second one, okay, so I'm gonna move this. Okay. Our second one is right here, and so this is what we're doing. We're just doing single crochets, guys, all the way around. Single crochets, working in the back loop of those 3 rings, the 3 stitches, the 3 rings, the 3 stitches that we had. We're just working in the back loop, and as we are working it, it's actually just gonna start growing. It's gonna, and you're just gonna round and around and around, and it's up to you how far you want your stem. I mean, you know, how long you want your stem to be. I wanted mine to be a little, like this one is a little smaller, as you can see. And I wanted it to, you know, hang over a little bit. This one is a little longer. This one is a little longer. So it's totally up to you how far you want your stem to be. I went around like 6 times, 5 to 6 times to make mine. But, you know, totally up to you how long you want your stem to be. And so that's what we did, guys. So you just continue to go around making your single crochets. Your single crochets, and it's gonna start building. See, you can see it already, and it just continue going around and around and around, and you will get this beautiful stem. I'm gonna do it a couple of more times just to show you. And this will be, let's open it up, because you can open it. There we go, right there. And there you go. And you can see your stem is start to form. I'm gonna see if I can stick my finger in here so you guys can see. It'll be easier. There we go. And so as you can just continue to go around and around and around, you are going to get your stem. And I think this is just an awesome project, especially for our scrap yarn, you guys. So I hope that you do try it. Hope you make lots of pumpkins, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, you guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.